Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
Like a shadow crouching behind a tree. No, you'll never capture me. Flexing on a little girl, no, she cannot best me. Invisible like a ninja, the Pokemon go rocked up release. No one here can stop me. Wait, is that the police? Those little people in the walls, I knew they would betray me. Quick, run for the cameras, girl, maybe they'll replay me. Tell them they not nice people, yeah, that'll really show them. Wait, they asked about the turtles? Tell them that we grow them in the ground. I'm a real G, a rural wizard, got a lot up on my plate. And baby, I'm so famous, I'm now a guest of the state. Free food, free cable, meetings, judges, I'm living like a star. In a five-star hotel with soap on the road, spinning all your bars. A titan on this record, dressed in freaking gray with stripes. 75,000 icing out my bail, yeah, you know my type. In a town with 100 people, baby, I'm the king. Dominating all 70 square feet of my cell, rapping like a king. No, they may never set me free, but I got 2 minutes on TV. On my lip, there's no STD, it's so worth it, it's so worth it. Baby, bake me a cake, come on, hon, it's time for a jailbreak. The department's on the take, what do you mean you brought the baby? No, I'm never getting out, and though I scream and shout, bringing the Hale is what it's about. And what do you mean the call's over? But I'm famous, I'm famous, I'm famous, I'm famous. Don't you know me? I'm famous. I'm a guest of the state, baby. No, you cannot faze me. Never hanging up the phone, even if you tase me. Wanted in at least 2 states for my trip. There's no equal flip. Pops a beer, no 9 to 5. Looking like the Unabomber sequel. I'm representing myself. I'll represent myself. I'll represent myself. And I'm out. Well, not really out. I'm still in 70 square feet. Soap on a rope. I really am a guest of the state.
I'm representing myself. I'm representing myself. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. How are all you wonderful people doing today? Always a fun day. Every day's a fun day as long as you're dealing with stupid. That's the way I feel about it. I swear to God. Some of these folks. Oh, man. It has been an interesting one. We've been having storms, so hopefully we stay connected as we're doing all of this. We're going to have a good laugh about some stuff today. I'm wondering how many other people got the wonderful little notes sent to them about gonna sue your butts. Oh, tonight's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stupid is everywhere. Indeed, Kelly. Indeed. That's the thing. You can either be crushed by the stupid, or you can hitch it to a plow and make it till those monetizable fields. That's what I like to do. I'm like, come here, pull the plow, baby. Pull the plow. Oh, what a week, though. What a way to start the week. So, as you know, let me get me a special cigar for today. Just give me 1 second, okay? Bear with me. Today's gonna be a special day, so I need a special. I need everything to be special. So I'm gonna reach back into the storehouse where I've been saving something. People have been sending it to me. They sent me somebody sent me a box with like a $24 cigars. I was like, hell yeah, I want one of those today. Because we're gonna laugh at some stuff. We're gonna laugh at some stupid. So just give me a minute on that. So I woke up today, and apparently last night there was a live stream that included a lawyer representing Lynette that had the Jokalist on it, and I don't know who else. I don't know. I have not motivated myself to really watch. Although some of it, I saw a little bit. You know, I always get sent clips of stuff here and there. You know, if anybody brings me up, people clip. And I mean, you can talk about whatever. I don't really care. But it is funny. You know, it's funny to learn. Man, these people really hate Megan Fox. They really, really hate Megan Fox. That's one thing that I have learned out of anything. That Megan Fox is not. It's not the favored for these folks. Maybe that's because, you know, in addition to going out and making live streams and laughing about stuff, she also writes these little things called articles. And those articles, hard to go in and shut that down, right? Hard to shut that game down. But hey. So as part of that, apparently last night, the lawyer said that they were going to send us everybody, basically the beginning of a threat to sue. And let me pull this up here. Give me 1 second. I've got this up here. There it is. So, now this is funny. We're going to read over what all this means, okay? And then we're going to offer alternatives. Oh my God, tonight's going to be funny. I'm telling you. So, I got this wonderful thing sent to me. And of course, you send me an email. I will fucking show it if I feel like it. Especially, like, this is not a communication where somebody's giving me, you know, some stuff there. They're telling me take things down or else. But now, I got a Dear Mr. You know, it uses my real last name. Dear Mr. Not Tug, the thumbnail of your July 20 video includes a photograph of my client, Michelle Preston, which gives rise to claims, aka, that will allow us to sue you under Florida Statute 540-08. I ask that you remove the photograph without delay. It's another Esquire. Oh my God. I didn't even process that at first. Best regards. All the best. Brucey Bruce Esquire. Now, again, that's a threat to sue. Now, I'm wondering how many people got these. I'm gonna guess a few people probably did. But we're going to look at that statute because it's funny. Within that statute itself. Now, I'm a very nice man. So I will offer alternative thumbnails tonight that we can look at. And, yeah. Did you know, by the way, did you know this guy right here has been reporting, from the way I understand it, and then correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I understood it, they've been reporting Jeremy for elder abuse to YouTube because of videos that he has been making on this stuff. And YouTube's been like, nah, that ain't the thing. They've been going back in and still trying it. They've been reporting him for elder abuse. I mean, what a weird flex. So let's look at this statute here. I'm going to look at this with you. Okay, because like I said, that is indeed a threat. And what's funny is in the statute itself, it tells you, yeah, but. So let's look at this. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling this up for you because it's beautiful. So here's our 2024 Florida statutes. Now, this is worth reading through. I know it'll take a second to get to where we need to be, and by the way, if you enjoy this content, make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, and if you want to back the channel, consider backing as well. Oh my God. Always the crazies. So, unauthorized publication of name or likeness. 1. No person shall publish, print, display, or otherwise publicly use. Oh, well, let me show you the thumbnail first, okay? I want to make sure that you've seen the thumbnail because you have to see the thumbnail. We have to see what is so heinous that we have to deal with this, okay? So just give me 1 second. I gotta pull that down. 1 minute here. I know it's taking me a second there, but like I said, it's worth it. There it is. So there's that terribly offensive thumbnail. Okay, so check this out. Here's the thumbnail that they're mad about. You can see it right here. Got him arrested. Bombshell. At the Hales. At what the Hell's hater. Her husband arrested. Jokeless excuses all. Hales. So you can see. Okay. You see that. Now we'll offer alternatives. This is going to be a lot of fun, like I said. So let's look at the statute behind this. Because, you know, that's going to get us sued. We're going to get sued over that one. So, no person shall publish, print, display, or otherwise publicly use for purposes of trade or for any commercial or advertising purpose the name, portrait, photograph, or other likeness of any natural person without the express written or oral consent to such use given by A, such person, or B, any other person, film, or corporation authorized in writing by such person to license the commercial use of his or her or his name or likeness, or if the person is deceased, any person, film. Again, this is worth checking out. By the way, don't tune out on me before we need to get to number 4. Okay, so you need this. Name or likeness, or if no person, firm, or corporation is so authorized, then by any one from among a class composed of his or her surviving spouse, surviving children. Now, number 2, in the event the consent required is not obtained, the person whose name, portrait, etc., or any person, film, corporation authorized, writing to license that, or if the person whose likeness name is deceased, any person, firm, blah, 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 may bring an action to enjoin such unauthorized publication, print, display, or other public use to recover damages. Recovering damages. Oh no. Talking about suing, right? For any loss or injury sustained by reason therein, including an amount which would have been reasonable royalty and punitive damages. Oh no. Sounds terrible, right? Number 3. Again, holding on for 4. If the person uses the name, portrait, photograph, or other likeness of a member of armed forces without obtaining it, that doesn't count. But okay, you have armed forces. We're just going to skip number 3. Okay, you can see what that goes to. But number 4, this provision of this section shall not apply to. Oh wait, you read the caveats here? A, the publication, printing, display, or use of the name or likeness of any person in a newspaper, magazine, book, news broadcast or telecast, or other news medium or publication as part of any bona fide news report or presentation having a current and legitimate public interest, and where such name and likeness is not used for advertising purposes. So if you put a person in the thumbnail, and they're part of the coverage of the thumbnail, and you're covering something that is of legitimate public interest, you know, like say something about a limited public figure, you know, somebody that, number one, ran for office, but then on top of that, ran to the news to want to get coverage? Huh. That's fascinating, isn't it? Huh. So there are outs there. Huh. So as far as suing somebody, it'd be kind of difficult to maintain damages off of that, considering. Now, as far as that video is concerned, too, let's look and let's see if they were actually part of the coverage for that. So let's see. Now, we're not going to play all of that. I just want to show you a little of what's there, you know? Just because, you know, I'm completionist, but I'm also a nice guy. So we'll come up with some solutions too. So if we look through this, you'll notice, like this live stream, we have talking at the beginning. We have about 5 minutes of talking or so, which happens. Then we actually have Travis and Travis's footage of what happened on said day, including, as you roll forward, he points out a certain person running from this area over here. Let's see if it actually, let me mute this. Let me see if we can see them run in. Come on. It's so slow. It's like, there it goes. I like seeing Travis's shadow, by the way. I like kicking it in there. You see, like he's pointing over here. You can see her. Look. There she is. She's like, I mean, she doesn't get covered incidentally. She runs for it. She's like, I'm taking off. You know, I'm running for it. I love that. You know, it's like Olympic sprinter, baby. On top of that, we looked up a fascinating thing that night. You know, an article entitled Neighborly Feud Ends in Man Arrest. I wonder who all is covered in that. Well, it's about a certain guy getting arrested, the name of John Cook. And what all is in this, I wonder? Well, if we go through, and again, I'm too lazy to actually play all of that through. They talk about their blessing box, though. They talk about what happened. And let's pull up that article real fast. Just give me 1 second. Neighborly feud. Arrest. Lee County. 1 second. I just have to pull it up this way. It's easier to pull it up this way. I'll have to let the 20-second freaking advertisement play. Oh, no. It actually... So if you look at this, again, I'm not playing the whole thing. I'm just making a point with all of this. You know, being inclusive of everything. You'll notice, who is that in there? Why?
Wasn't home when the incident
It's
took
none
place,
other. It's none other than the client that was being discussed. So we're talking about a story.
Believe Cook would do that.
That was.
He said that a man had drove by slow filming, and that the man had shouted something.
Spoken it too.
To him, and he had been behind the magnolia tree.
Dockery says after.
So the image is of a person that did an interview with the news. In fact, ran for the news. And not only that, but was included in a police report. A police report that, by the way, kept shifting and changing. In fact, if you read through the police report, which is a fascinating read, you know, and by the way, if you're ever so inclined, you can actually look this stuff up on your own. There's the, give me 1 minute. You can actually look the site up itself. Here's the site. You can actually see that too. You can look this up yourself. You know, this is the live site. So you can actually see the charges. You can see all the paperwork, everything that's been filed so far. It is all public record. But on top of that, you know, again, let's get a little highlight in there since we're talking about, you know, since we're talking about actions against people, lights, camera, and actions. We actually have this wonderful document that is included in all of this stuff too, otherwise known as a police report. Dun dun dun! Now, what's amazing about this police report is that this police report actually includes statements that, well, they do not reflect very well on certain participants, including a person that pulled out a pow-pow and pointed it at 3 people, including an 8-year-old child. The police record itself, and actually discussing this again, notes a changing story. You know, oh yeah, you know, I was out here, I was doing my own thing, covering up stereo equipment. Somebody drove by, yelled, "Get a life, maggot." I thought they might have a pow-pow or something hanging out, so I hid behind the chicken coop. When I asked about whether or not they had a firearm, they were like, nay, 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 nay. No firearms. What you talking about, Willis? None of that kind of stuff. Then, of course, it changes again. Changes, well, asked the defendant if he owned a firearm. He advised, a revolver, rather. Asked if he, and he advised he got rid of it a few months ago. I asked if he got rid of it. He advised he sold it. Asked who he sold it to. He advised he didn't know. I don't know who I sold it to. When I asked if he pulled a gun out of his pocket, he said, "No way, I didn't pull out a pow-pow. I was hiding behind a chicken coop. I had my fingers in its butt. I was feathering it." Feathering it. It's so gross. I was feathering it. Gross. I hope I never say that again. Then later, they decide to execute a search warrant. When they execute a search warrant, when they're asked about what exactly transpired, well, you have this wonderful bar come up. One witness said the defendant lied to law enforcement. Witness said on date of question, Cook admitted to her that he did brandish the firearm because he was fearful what the victim had in his hand. Witness advised that they hid the firearm that was used and consented to law enforcement recovery of it. When confronted with the witness statement, defendant claimed, "Yeah, I bought one from a friend 2 days ago. I sold one and then I bought a brand new one." That's not it. When asked friend's name, it's like, "I don't know his friend, just some guy." Just some guy, literally, his name. Okay. Then he was like, "I asked about that several more minutes." He admits, see, at first, he's like, "I didn't point that gun at anybody." After several more minutes, he was informed, he did get a gun. Let me pull up the last part of this. Again, I'm not covering the whole document. We've seen this document. And again, I'm just making a point. I'm making a very, very astute point. Advised that there was a revolver recovered. Advises he carries a revolver on him at all times. You know, he didn't have a revolver before. He just bought one, didn't have one, had one. But yeah, now he carried one at all times. He continued to deny that he pulled it out of his pocket, but he finally admitted to law enforcement that he did pull a revolver out of his pocket, but he didn't point it at anyone. So you have these changing stories that include her, the lady in the thumbnail. But, like I said, I'm a very nice person. I think I'm a nice person. Although apparently, according to somebody, I did get a clip sent to me that said that I have stepped on people to get where I'm at. And I would say, yes, I have. I have a size 14 shoe. It's hard not to step on people. Tug smash. Oh my God. Apparently some of them enjoy me, but, apparently the jokeless likes me. I think that's kind of interesting. I do, like I said, I do find the jokeless funny. I do. I very much do. I like going over some of her stuff because I think it's hilarious. But okay, back to the point. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic here. Can't let myself get off topic yet. Okay, there's a point to everything. So I was thinking about fun things. Now you saw the thumbnail in question. So I was thinking, about proper replacements. Again, no commentary on these. Just proper replacements. Like, for example, I was thinking back to childhood and things that I enjoyed, and I thought, it'd be a good replacement. Skeletor. Not saying anything about anyone there. Just saying. Skeletor. Look how shocked Skeletor was. Like, what the what, He-Man? Oh shit. Now, I am going to replace the thumbnail. Whichever one of these we enjoy the most, I'm going to replace it with it. So, and again, there's no commentary on any person out there. I'm just saying, I really love Skeletor. Otter Creek He-Man. Shit. Oh my God. It's so perfect. What the hell's He-Man? Oh, jeez. So perfect. Okay, well, that's one idea. Again, look at Skeletor. He's like, And I'm like, hey, buddy, what's up? I did kind of add myself into the thumbnail, too. Now, that's a strong contender, I would say. Again, I was so motivated by this impassioned plea to remove this thumbnail that I went out and recreated it. Because I don't save old thumbnails. So I reached deep down into myself and I was like, you know what? You ain't got to sue, baby. Oh, Douglas hears you. Douglas is a fair person. What's really funny is I think I've only ever used her in one thumbnail. That's the hilarious thing. Oh, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking other things that I really loved from childhood and still love. I was thinking about Lord of the Rings, because I think that's a very motivational story. So I was thinking, if we're talking about that, maybe this one. Again, no commentary on any human being. If you see a likeness there, you're a bigot. You're an ageist. You're some kind of monster. Quick, hide the gun. My precious. Holy shit. What do you think about this Gollum? There's a guy, Gollum's like, he's arrested, yes, Precious. Precious loves the thumbnails. Precious is a lawyer. I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I can't help myself tonight. Now that's beautiful, I think. Look, Jeremy's like looking at me. He's like, what the fuck you doing? So look at his face in there. It looks like he's staring at me. Staring at me, Jeremy. I like how Gollum is like staring up and what the hell? Oh shit, that's great. Now, I did have a couple other ideas too. If you don't like either one of those, and again, like I said, that's a very uplifting tale. Much like hiding a gun in Otter Creek, You have two hobbits. They set out. They're going to destroy the Ring of Power. Well, you have two idiots that set out. to hide a pow pow that would destroy their lives. Yeah. You know, let's hide the stupid precious. Okay, I got to stop myself. I'm sorry. I can't help it tonight. That's so good. Yeah, somebody said John doesn't see real preciouses. Okay, there are other options too. Let's see. Let's look at one. Now, we could just go with the old. Now, this is a direct comment. You know, I thought, I could have used. I was thinking about using like what are those sacks? Like people use it sack races. They thought about wrapping her in a sack race or in a garbage bag or something. But then I thought they would take some kind of bad message from that. And yours truly, I am just a humble purveyor of truth. It's somebody that likes to laugh at stupid. So instead, what's funny is it came out looking like a censor symbol, but actually what that is, you know those blankets, those heating aluminum blankets, you know, the rescue ones that you like pack when you're going on a trip, like if you break down in your car, you're like, oh, well, I've got this heat. And that's actually what that is. That's not a censor symbol. It just looks like one. I was like, well, I was thinking about like tucking her in or putting it on her like a hat, but I was like, well, that defeats the purpose. So, we could just take her outright, you know? And Jeremy's still sitting there like, what's going on? George is like looking all like nice in there and stuff, and George's like, oh man, what is happening in this? What is happening? Look, and John can stay warm too. Isn't that nice? I thought that was pretty nice. You can cover one up. They could share the covers. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, on top of that, I thought, well, if you want to be more direct and to the point, you could actually add in something like, I don't know. Let's see. We could add in. Oh, so just a giant finger. What's funny is you can tell that I am such a professional, you know, because all I do is the highest quality craftsmanship here with thumbnails, that I just slapped it on the end of Gollum's nose and went about my business. I thought that actually made its point too. You better stop or I'll sue. Beautiful though. You have to admit, that is expert craftsmanship, right? Now me, out of these, I thought, why don't we, let me see, why don't we actually, I'm looking to see if I can set up a poll for this. I'm wondering out of those, which do you like the best? I personally, for me, I'm kind of leaning towards Skeletor. I don't know, it just evokes a place there. Skeletor and Gollum. You know, that's my 1 and 2 personally. You know, but I'm wondering what you folks think. You know, if we're going to go in and we're going to really do a service here, who do you love? I like Gollum in there, but I love Skeletor's. I mean, look at his reaction to this. This is perfect. Look at that. Oh no, He-Man. He looks so upset. He's stunned by the news. He's stunned by the news. Look at him there. Gargamel, that would have been amazing. Let me see if I can find a Gargamel. Give me a minute. I'm gonna look up a Gargamel real quick. Oh my God. Gargamel Smurfs. Give me 1 second. Oh my God. That one works too. You know, they have the live action Gargamel too, but I'm going to skip the live action. We don't want a human being. We are not being mean. We're righting a perceived wrong. you know, because like I said, we're all nice people here. Give me 1 minute. I have to work him into a thumbnail. It'll take me just a second. Not very long, though. There he is. I'm just going to slap him over column. I'm too lazy to pull him out here. They're perfect. Actually, he looks pretty good in this. Here, give me a second to send it over to me. I do those on my phone. You know, because I have such a classy operation, you know. I spend the big digits on it that, put that in there, okay. that I have my thumbnail set up on my phone, you know, because it's like a $2 app that I use. Okay, so let's pull that one up. Give me a minute. I'm going to retrieve Gargamel. I thought that was actually a good addition. Man, you could have fun all day long doing these. Okay, there he is. Ooh, look at that. That looks good, actually. Gargamel looks very good. All right, here we go. Check this out. Look at Gargamel. Oh, he's so pretty. Look at him. No, it's so perfect. Gargamel was a great choice. Oh, damn. Man, I'm almost leaning into Gargamel. I mean, Gargamel looks great there. First I was leaning into Skeletor, but I really think that Gargamel actually, you know, because I loved him as a child, again. Obviously, we're not talking about real people here. How could we be? I mean, it's a guy, right? We couldn't be comparing any living person that shits in the shed to Gargamel. There's no way. I would never do that. I just thought he looked good on there. Yeah. Oh, look how crazy he looks there. He's like, yeah. Oh my God. It's so funny though. Like I listen, like I said, I listened to some of the clips there, and it was fascinating to me because there was this talking point utilized multiple times saying that both parties were bad, and I thought, isn't that usually what guilty people like to say? When you get caught doing something, it's like, no. It was a tumultuous relationship. It was, you know, it was this or it was that. It's typically like that. No, they were bad too. And you know, when you think about their complaint was, look at all the videos here. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna be blunt about something. If you go and you take out a bunch of signs and put them out in where I'm at, real life, and call me, I'm going to say, an ARPist, saying that I'm essentially a PDF file, I'm going to not be happy about that. You would have my undivided attention. And when you did that, what you would tell me, too, is there's no line for you to ever see. You would cross any line whatsoever. I mean, that's not like the thing you have to remember about statements like that is those aren't insults. I try to drive this idea home to people. When you go out and you call somebody bad or ugly or whatever, that's an insult, right? When you call them an ARPist, again, excuse my wording that way, but you understand why I do that. If you call them that, you're doing that for a point. And that point is life ruination. You're no longer insulting them. You're calling them the worst thing, arguably the worst thing societally that you could be. Again, if you don't think that's the worst thing, look at, again, prison hierarchy. Look at how prison sees that. That carries an inmate death sentence. If they get a hold of you, they will end you for it. That kind of stuff, again, that says there's no line. Beyond that, though, I'm noting, I found it interesting that through all the discussion and talking points, one thing that was not brought up that often was this whole thing with the pow pow. Because the whole thing, it's so strange. They also, interestingly, a lot of these people seem to think that there's some, like Jeremy, I forget how they put it. I don't want to say under his thumb, but it's something like that, that anybody that doesn't buy into them, they're under their thumb, and I thought that's fascinating considering like, across social media platforms, I have over 500,000 freaking subscribers or followers, I've got about 400K here, got over 155K on Twitter there. Don't need anybody else there. Just cover what you find interesting. And for Megan, Megan covers whatever the hell she thinks is fascinating. Well, if she thinks a story about tonsil twins is fascinating, she'll cover that. If she finds something else, she'll cover that too. But I didn't hear a lot of discussion again about the one thing in that thumbnail that really stands out. And it's not her. It's the guy behind her. Let's pull that up again. Because the one thing that is ignored over and over again, here it is. One thing that gets ignored, it seems like I want to talk about, is that little shot right there. That guy right there. Now, why is he in that mugshot? Well, because from his own statements, he says that he pulled out a pow-pow on 3 people. He pulled it out. Now, he says he didn't point it, but after lying and hiding said firearm, and after lies were told to the police about things, they finally fess up. They admit again. Aggravated assault. I also kept wondering, I was like, okay, so I'm sure I'm not the only person that got said threat. I can guess at a few people. I don't know exactly who, but I'm going to guess at a few people that probably got that you better take that step down with a picture or else. And I kept thinking, a lot of these people are lawyers. They'd have a field day. They would have an absolute field day covering somebody that comes in and tries to sue them over a story that you want to say that these people have not engaged in the harassment of somebody. Again, look at the John Cook story. You going to lose anyway? I mean, that's what's reported as his statement. And through that statement, I personally think, again, he thought he was... Some people have said he thought like that was Travis, but it sounds more like he thought that was Jeremy Hale. You're going to lose. Not y'all. You're. That's a specific person. You are going to lose. Sounds like, the intent there was intimidation. And again, you're allowed to draw inference from someone doing things like this. I heard this is the worst case of cyberbullying I've ever seen. And I thought, you have got to be kidding me. Are we ignoring the fact that one of these people brandished a gun and pointed it at an 8-year-old? Are we just going to pretend that didn't happen? And are we going to pretend that this stuff hasn't been showcased as a potential? It's going to happen if somebody would have stepped in and stop this escalation that perhaps, with law enforcement, if they would have perhaps done something with these multiple reports, that we wouldn't have had a kid that was put into a situation like that. So again, threats to sue, that's a fascinating move. Considering, the best case scenario that would cause, you may get more eyes on the prize. But when you do that, what you're going to do is highlight this case to even more people, a lot more people, as they ask, hey, what's going on with this lawsuit? Person with, again, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, what's going on here? Well, let me tell you about what's going on. Here, you want to see the court documents? Yeah, that would be a really fascinating way to pull that. So I thought, like I said, going to sue? Are you kidding? So anyway, what do you all like? Do you all like Gargamel or Skeletor? Let me know. We'll say Gargamel 1, Skeletor 2. I'm going to go with those options. That's what I'm feeling. One or the other. Because I really did like Gargamel. Because I'm partial to the Smurfs. There are a lot of... Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jeremy and George? Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, again... People have done everything in their power. They come up with conspiracy theories about why folks cover this. At the end of the day, though, why would I cover this? Because it's absolutely insane. It's insane. Like, if we look at what happened here, we look at a guy that picks up land. He goes out, moves out to the middle of nowhere. It has this tag-along he didn't want. This person it looks like they did not take rejection very well. And through all of that, he has the right to record. He definitely has the right to fucking record what's going on. If he didn't have recordings, God knows. Like, I would record every damn interaction, no matter how slight. Because you got to understand something about false accusations. With false accusations, you're not talking about somebody going in and warping the truth of an event. Like a more rational, I hate to call a false accuser rational, but a more rational mind would do that. But some false accusers, especially those out in the weeds, but other ones too, they'll just create scenarios. So I watched a movie way back when, and this is how life feels these days. It was a movie about this guy that had been accused of murder, and he was exonerated. Afterwards, he decided that he would never be put in this position again. So he wore around a camera unit. Anytime he was out, he wore around. This was before, cell phones were everywhere, before you had the ability to record everything you did. He wore a camera unit. And when he went in, to his home, he had cameras everywhere. He recorded everything that he ever did. And that seemed, a few decades ago, that seemed like some kind of absurdity. Like, oh my God. Now, it seems more and more like a rational fix to some of the situations that we run across. It fascinates me. Like I said, I listened to some of that. I may sit down and listen to all of it. I don't know. But it's bizarre to me. Again, to hear both parties are. It's like, are you kidding me? Again, you go out and you call me an ARPist or a PDF file. I'm going to respond. I'm going to make sure that you will not falsely accuse me of anything ever again. I will record. This person, like I said, they are a public figure. They can argue the degree of public figure, but they are definitely limited purpose for sure. Which, again, what you have to prove, the point to all of that, to say that people are going out trying to damage or defame, you have to prove actual malice, which is a high standard to prove. So again, they go at it a different way. They're like, oh man, you can't use those thumbnails. Oh yeah, you can. You can use that image. But like I said, Papa Tug is such a nice person. I think we're going to go with Gargamel. So let's read some super chats. I'm not doing a long stream tonight, but I am having a fun stream. Paula Hero, thanks for the gifted membership. I appreciate you. Thank you. Tease T, what's up, Tease T? Thanks for the 50 there. Doug's Legal Buns. LOL. Does the crazy with these people ever stop? No, it actually won't. It's fascinating for me to see. I realize, like, no matter, you could be the nicest person online and you would have haters. You would. So I'm not surprised. Jeremy has a very large platform. So of course he's going to have people that absolutely, they're going to hate him for whatever reason. Imaginary, or they're going to find some reason to. They're going to see some perceived slight, whatever. And that's your prerogative. You can hate whoever. You don't like that umbrella guy. Huh. Even my haters, though, had to admit, man, I sound luscious on the microphone. They're like, ooh, he sounds good to listen to. I'm like, hell to the yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. It's like, listen to him fire up that jet engine with a cigar lighter. Oh, Lord. What's up, Tug Sim? Thanks for the 2. Prayers for the children in Liverpool today. I have not seen all the headlines today. I heard there was a horrible tragedy that happened with kids, and I have not looked at headlines really today. I've been in my own little world. You know, I've been at work. Kid stuff, you know, everything else. But I heard something horrible happen involving, and I mean, it's terrible. No, there's no words to encapsulate everything. With the, you know, we had that Covenant shooting again. We knew some of the people that were there. It was a terrible, terrible tragedy. They all are. My heart goes out to people with that. Especially kids, man. So awful. So awful. I don't even have the words for it sometimes. Nice, thanks for the 10 there. Channel 20 is running a news story, complete with a police report that proves she lied to the reporter after she had already thrown Cook under the bus. So, Channel 20, are they running one now, as in they have run, or they're putting one together? That's what I want to know. You know, because that would actually be fun to cover too, to go over. Hey, what's up, kiddo? What are you doing?
I am trying to make more people enjoy your live and join it, because I haven't been on here in a hot minute.
You haven't been on here in a hot minute, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you can say hi for a minute.
So guys, it's me, Little Umbrella Girl. If you're new to this channel, you probably don't know me.
What are you talking about? Everybody knows who you are.
Not if they're new.
Even if they're new, they're like, man, you know. I thought you were the reason the channel was successful. Come on now.
Yeah, I was, but now there's new people on YouTube.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
So I am taking away his channel. This is mine now.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the littlest one has a birthday this week.
Yo.
Yeah. She will be 5 now. Yeah. The tiny one has become 5. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You know.
Also, guys, thank you for all your support and stuff. But you want to know something? We all age.
You do, that's right. All right, here, let me finish
I'm
all my
not
stuff.
5 anymore, sadly. I want to be 5 again, but I can't.
Oh, man.
Because 5-year-old me had more access to stuff I wasn't that, like soda and sweet tea and stuff that usually I
You just grab it and go.
My sister bothering me.
What a nut. She wanted to say hi, though.
I just want to
Yeah, the littlest one. She has a birthday coming up Friday. So I should be turning 5. She was like, Dad, Dad, on my birthday, can I get on a stream with you? And I was like, if you want to. If that's what she's like, I'm going to get candy. I was like, all right, we'll get candy for sure. She asked for a couple other things. And then she was like, I want to talk on a show. So I guess whatever we're covering, we'll have a segment for the little one to come on and talk to. Oh, she wants to. She's so funny, too. They're both funny. I've got to see that Channel 20 thing, though. So Scott, thanks for the 5 there. They hid the firearm. Isn't that obstruction of justice? Indeed. Like what they've admitted to. They've admitted to crimes here. That's the thing. They covered up. I mean, again, are we just pretending none of that's there? Are we just throwing John Boy under the bus? Is that how it's going to go? I realized that's happened before. I kept wondering that too. You know, when I got the letter, it was like, my client. There's a picture of my client. Not my clients. It was like, you don't represent John Boy? Huh. And I kept thinking too, I was like, so you're going to sue me and probably a lot of other people, but y'all won't come off of, you know, I mean, you're gonna make it, you know, it's going to be Wisconsin because it's raining cheddar, right? I mean, come on. But at the same time, you can't drop $7,500 and get him like situated. Unless they did and I didn't pay attention to it. I mean, that's to me, that's fascinating. They're going to make it rain. Ugh. And I mean, really, you know, what they're going to do is end up filing a bunch of lawsuits and never be able to file another lawsuit in life because you're going to go after a bunch of people to try to prove something. I'm thinking about all the different people that utilized her in thumbnails. You know, folks like DUI guy. that would be really funny. He would turn this into like Content Central. I would. No, you see me? I'd turn this into a fucking content fest. You better believe every single day. You know, I'll be like, Hale to the yeah. We're talking about that. I talk about it in a smart, restrained way, of course. You know, I've seen some others mess up along the way doing that, but Jeremy's done it very well. You know, he's talked about all of the crazy, and yeah, you know what they do there? They end up helping you grow. So if they want to sue some people, man, okay. I mean, maybe that's their ploy to get name recognition as a lawyer. I'm not sure. I don't know the lawyer from fucking whomever. But it does seem like digging a hole in the wrong backyard. You know. Chance NP. Thanks for the 2. Cecil Turtle from Looney Tunes. Let me see about that while I'm playing here. Yeah, Tug's Legal Griftathon. That's right. For just $2 more. I mean, let's see. Cecil Turtle. Oh man, Cecil Turtle would actually look pretty good in there too, I have to say. I've got to find the perfect one. I want one of those. Oh my God. I wanted one with a hat, but then I thought, man, I actually like the bald turtle better. That's pretty funny. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thumbnail. I'm gonna do one more. Totally again. Not commentary about anyone. We're just making something amazing. You know, because we're cool like that. Because again, you know, we were asked to remedy a situation. And we're looking at different ways to do so. So, I'm putting in Cecil Turtle while we're talking here. I'm multitasking. Oh my God, Cecil freaking Turtle. That's funny. I gotta pull Gollum out of there though. Come on, get me going. It's so funny though. I said, you know, people like don't think about what they're doing or they're asking for. They're like, yeah, we want to show that person. It's like, are you really? Are you really? What are you going to show them? I find it, like I said, I find it fascinating that you can look up the law and the exemptions to said law, and you can find out, you know, a lot of it's probably tests to see who would cave for something. And for me, I just find it funnier to use something else. Because again, nice guy there. Let's see. I've almost got it here. My Lord. Yeah, there's one. Boom. Okay, I'm sending it to myself. It takes me a minute, so you have to excuse me. While I'm doing it that way. What I do is make them on my phone. Mail them to myself. You know, because we're not talking about... Okay, so... this... Alright, it's done now. Okay, so this is going to be our brand new one. This will be with Cecil Turtle. Oh, that actually does look pretty good, too. Man, all these look good. So here we are. You asked. Tug delivers. Check that out. Oh, look at that. There was a turtle likenesses. Well, that's pretty. So perfect. I love it. Look at all that hair, too. That's the best one. Turtle needs glasses. The turtle's too cute. Yeah, see, I thought that's beautiful, but the turtle is cute. That's the only thing with it, you know. And I mean, Gargamel is more indicative of real life. You know, because I like Gargamel. That's what I'm saying. It's indicative of real life. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Tug, can you turn slow mode on? Well, too late now. Sorry, I hadn't yet, but if I remember next time, I will. I just walked in for live. I literally like walked in the door, sat down, pulled up a couple of items that I mailed to myself, and started up. So, you know, we were right on the fly there. Sandra, thanks for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. Thank you. Rhea Skeletor has anxiety over the roof. Man, my anxiety. I can't do Skeletor perfectly talking. I can do Gollum with anxiety, you know. My precious. My child fell, my precious. Get away from that window, precious. There we go. That's perfect. Aubrey, thanks for the 3 months. Skeletor, absolutely. Thanks for the laughs and the information you bring us. I appreciate you. You know, this one, I had a plan for today. I was going to cover something else, actually. But we ended up with this. So, there's going to be an interesting story tomorrow, though. Very interesting. Actually, we have Megan tomorrow, and she may or may not cover what I want to cover. I don't know. She might not cover that. But if not, we'll have an interesting stream off of that stuff in the next couple of days. Again, things to do. Skeletor with less teeth. Skillet and Lestor. There we go. I can get it right there. Ages Wave, thanks for the 2. Creep Show host. Oh yeah, the Creep Show. That actually would be cute there. Let's see. Creep Show. So what was he called? The Creep, the Silent Ghoul. The Crypt Keeper. Are we talking about the Crypt Keeper? See, there was the old Creep Show, and then, you know, you have the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, there he is. I found him. The Creep. Oh, he looks good, too. There's some really good AI pictures of him, actually. The ones with AI pictures are the best. Let me see. I got to remove the turtle. So just give me a second. I'm going to put in the Crypt Keeper. Crypt Keeper is so pretty. I actually loved that show too, just a note. I have to erase the background on that one. I was trying to find something I didn't have to erase backgrounds on. I have to run it through one other thing. Just give me a second. It takes me like 3 minutes, but it's worth it. This one will look good too. Man. Oh, that one's pretty good. Get away from that window, Crypt Keeper. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. That's a good one, too. There's so many of them you could have fun with doing this. Oh, Lord. You all have created, like every time we get on AI or something. Oh, my God. I can't believe, though, like I said, we have discussion of them reporting Jeremy for, I'm not joking about this, too. They're saying they're reporting Jeremy for elder abuse. Like, what the I mean, are you kidding me? Are you so low on the totem pole, you gotta be like, elder abuse? I mean, that's not, that also minimizes what elder abuse really is. So here we go. Look at that one. Oh, that one looks good. Now, I covered up some of the letters because I got to hurry there. But you get the drift. It's pretty good, I have to say. I covered up, like I said, the she wanted him arrested. Oh my God. That's a good one too. Oh my God, I love it too. Look how high quality he is too. Look at that AI, man. They do such a great job. Oh, so pretty. Jeremy's still looking at me accusingly. So, what are you doing? Oh my God, I love it. I like that one too. Oh, that was a good suggestion, I have to say. Okay, let's keep going. Ellie thinks for the two. Toad, you need to look up Terror Hawks. I don't know the Terror Hawks. Let me look that up. I'm not sure who that is. Terror Hawks. Is that like is that a series? I don't remember that series. I'll have to, oh my God. Holy God. Oh my God, this is perfect too. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all are giving me the best stuff here. I'm having too much fun, but I told you we'd have a good live stream though. It would be a funny live stream. Okay, I'm gonna do this one too. Y'all have too many ideas. That's your problem. The Terror Hawks. I don't know this one as a reference, but it's perfect. It looks like one of the little dark crystal Muppets. if it got hooked on the methamphetamine. It's like, yeah. I used to be a proud Muppet, but now I'm living in the Levy County. Lord. Okay. I got this one too. Oh my God. This one's funny too. I'm mailing it to myself, right? Like I said, there's like 5 steps to do in this. I have to erase backgrounds and stuff, but I've made enough thumbnails over my life. I'm a professional, damn it. I'm a professional. So, I'm not a great thumbnail maker. I'm a pretty damn lazy thumbnail maker. Okay, here's this one. You ready for another one? Here we go. This one's actually pretty good, to be honest. I like it. All right, here we are. Check that one out. Oh my God. Like I said, it looks like not the Skeksis. What were those little Muppet things called in the Dark Crystal? What were the little, the little normal Muppets You know, they were running around doing stuff. I can't remember what they were called. But it's them. It looks like one of them, only it's been cracked out for a while. You know, after it puts it in the machine, it starts sucking out all its life force. Gelflings. Yeah, there it is. Gelflings. Yeah. Doesn't it? It looks like a gelfling. It started living in the walls. These are the little people in the walls. The little people in the walls. Oh my God, I love it. That one looks good too. Man, there's so many good options. There's so many. I still think if we're gonna be neutral, the cartoon Wicked Witch. Actually, you know what I was thinking? You know the little witches? They're like the toil and bubble. You know those little witches. I keep talking enough and I keep letting my cigar burn out. So you can excuse me while I light it back up. I might try the cartoon witch. I'll think about that. Well, let me see. Let me see if I see a really cool one. Okay. Let me see. Witchy poo. Witchy poo. Witchy poo is perfect, actually. Oh my God. This one's good too. I'm gonna have to stop doing this in a minute. I don't know. I am having fun. This is pretty much, I was like, well, I'm about done. Well, no, I'm not. I gotta erase it. I gotta erase a piece of it real quick. The image didn't have a good, it had folds on its arms. So its arm looks like it's half there. All right. That one's done. Let me put in Witchy Poo here. We can do this pretty quick. I would do it on here and you watch it, but like I said, I don't have it set up for it. Oh God, this one looks good too. Man, there's so many good options. So many options, so little time. And you know, of course, we're doing this because there's shout outs to people's childhoods, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're shouting out your childhood loves, right? Of course. This is good. Okay, here we go. I got this one coming over too. I have to open my mail up every time and download it. There's so many of these random ass freaking thumbnails in my computer. We're like, what the crap did I do? Okay, I got this one ready. Here we go. So check this one. Here's old Witchy Poo. Check that. That one's pretty good too. Like, oh my God. That one looks good. I have to say. Oh my Lord. Look at my texts. Oh, okay. I like that one. Texts. Give me a minute. Talking about my Zelda from the Xerox. Was the oh my God, there's so many we could use. There's so many we could use, but that one looks good too. Oh Lord. Donna, thank you for the 13 months. Thank you, Tug, for all you do in reporting the truth. Pray for all of us in the park fire. Can we get the crib keeper? So we got the crib keeper there. I mean, like, yes, we got him there. Rear right. Thanks for the two there. Since it's Zelda. Well, I might do it at the end. Yeah. Check it out. Niece, thanks for the no statement. Plenty of statement there. Appreciate it. Also, thanks for the two attached. Oops, I dropped my lighter. That thing sounded like did you hear that thing? It sounded like a bomb going off. That lighter is so heavy. It's like one of those table lighters, you know? It's like boom, boom, boom. Megan in the chat. Yeah, Megan. Tomorrow we'll have the live stream between us, by the way. So it'll be fun. What's up, Ray? Thanks for 8 there. Little umbrella guy written for Down Under. The channel was already hers. Yeah, of course. That's what she tells me. She was like, "You made the channel, but I made it successful." Oh my God, Emma, thanks for the 5. I use an angry Ren from Ren and Stimpy. Oh Lord, let's look at Ren and Stimpy. Oh, and Megan said she'd come on. Well, I didn't say that. Okay, Megan, I'll send you a link if you want to come on and play for a minute. Give me a minute. I'll send her over a link. 1 second. This takes a minute. Then I'm going to do the Red and Stimpy one. Megan, where you at? All right, Megan, I sent you a link. If you're around still. I'll text her to you real quick and tell her. That way I don't have a... See it? Sorry for delay, didn't see. Oh, there you are anyway. I was going to message you. Hey, what's up, Megan?
Oh my God, I've been trying to get your attention for an hour.
Dude, I've been busy. I'm so
submission?
I'm so stressed, you know, from the anxiety of being sued.
Look at your text messages. Did you see my submission for your...
Oh, I see that. Oh, shit.
Speaking of lovable characters from my childhood, I used to love the Sunday comics. You know, I would run for the Sunday newspaper. And in it was a little comic with a little witch named Broomhilda. Does everybody remember Broomhilda?
Freaking Broomhilda. That's a good one, too.
And she was always riding around on a broom with a can of beer and a cigar.
Sounds like my hero, actually.
I know.
It was like, man, you know, nothing to do but ride around with a beer and cigars.
I can't tell which one of your thumbnails is my favorite.
I don't know. There's so many good ones. People have been giving me all these great freaking
I know.
great ones.
You're having too much fun without me. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I knew this would be fun tonight.
I missed out.
I sent Megan a couple of them beforehand. I was like, this is what I'm doing tonight.
And I was so sure that Skeletor was going to be my favorite, but now I don't know.
I really like Gargamel. I think Gargamel looks very good.
Oh, Gargamel looked pretty good too with the tooth, like one tooth.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But you know, I do have to say, in all seriousness though, like the people complaining about us in the coverage don't have a clue what they're talking about in any way. I don't know who that lawyer is, and he is a lawyer, but he's not making any sense. He said something that really made me laugh, which was, making fun of people is not journalism. What? I'm sorry, Sarah, have you ever heard of Mark Twain? Have you ever heard of... And by the way, a lot of the writing that I do is commentary, which is very similar to what Mark Twain did. And Ben Franklin, the Silence Do-Good letters, and holy crap, like who is this lawyer who doesn't know what free speech is? They asked him, is this legal? And he literally was like, well, I think there are some causes of action. What? What?
Yeah.
Oh
my God. laughing at a dipshit with that lied repeatedly about brandishing a firearm. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're not allowed to laugh. Again, that was another criticism, a big criticism of me. I laugh too much. What? What? I laugh too much? God, these people hate me for no reason. And it was funny that they called us the mean girls and that we're like a teenage clique. It's like, what?
We're mean girls.
What?
Like, totally.
I don't get that. Like, I really don't get that at all. You know, we have a right to talk about whatever we want to talk about in the news and laugh about whatever we want to laugh about, period. So that lawyer can just back the fuck right off. I don't know what he thinks. Has he never listened to Howard Stern? How about Rush Limbaugh? only the most famous, highly paid radio broadcaster ever, who had entire segments of silly voices and chainsaws remember the feminist update, or maybe it was the environmentalist update, and it would be the sound of chainsaws. It was
Oh yeah.
hysterical. It was hysterical stuff. You know what they're really mad about?
They're really, really mad about this voice.
That's a perfect
This
voice,
voice-
though.
It's very unethical, is what I've been told by a lawyer who says it's unethical to use a silly voice on the broadcasting equipment here.
Wait. So it's unethical to use soundboard sound? I mean, that really is every radio program we've ever heard.
Yes, it's the soundboard is unprofessional, Tug. Unprofessional and unethical, according to these
Unethical.
people.
That's amazing.
Pancakes on the mountains.
Hey, they still can't deny how great I sound, though.
I know. It was like I got really pissed, frankly, listening to it, because I was like, "Oh my God, stroke him some more! Why don't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you just stroke him some more while you're calling me all kinds of nasty names?" Tug's got the most incredible voice. You just put it on before you go to sleep, and it lulls you into dreamland. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm the notorious person. That's how they're referring to me. That notorious person.
That's what I'm calling.
What?
I mean, I'm gonna start calling you the notorious MEG. You know.
Notorious. The notorious MEG. We may have to write a song.
Ugh, it's so good. It's funny though. I was like, well, they can't even deny being fans. They love me.
They love you. They love you.
I
Even
know.
your haters love you. I feel like a failure. My haters just hate me. I
was just like, wow, man. Well, I only got clipped. Like I said, I saw a few clips. I've not listened to the whole thing though, so I've not been motivated.
Yeah, no, I
to
haven't
do
listened
that.
to the whole thing either. I listened to a few minutes of it, and it was like, are you kidding me? What kind of a lawyer says that mocking people is not journalism? What? I'm sorry. I've been a journalist for 20 years, maybe longer. How old am I? I'm 48. Longer than 20 years. I started when I was 22. So many years. And my particular type of journalism and editorials, basically. I'm an editorialist. Has anybody ever read Mike Royko? One of the most famous editorialists in Chicago. Oh my God, that guy ripped everybody. And he was so good at it. Ann Coulter, famous for mocking people. Like what kind of lawyer says that journalism is not mocking people? What? I'm sorry, I can't get over that. I can't get over it.
I think laughing at stupid. It keeps you grounded and sane. You know. Because if you don't laugh at stupid, I mean, otherwise you sit here and, I'd end up pulling out all my hair, being like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, and illustrating absurdity. Illustrating it, Rush used to say that all the time. Illustrating absurdity is truly what I've always done. That's partially my style of getting stuff out there, and it's why a lot of people like to read my stuff, because I make people laugh at the same time. And if you can't make somebody laugh, like if you're just writing this like super boring, rote stuff, you're not going to keep an audience for very long. I don't do straight news reporting. I have, but I don't. That isn't my style. So, I'm sorry that they don't like my style, but damn. What kind of a lawyer runs around saying that it's not ethical to practice the First Amendment? Fuck him.
Well, there are a lot of people though. They say that because they don't like what you were talking about. Oh my God.
Well, obviously. Also, it turns out I went back and I checked through my inbox, and I found an email from this lawyer to me, that was sent to me a while ago, months ago, and I don't remember seeing it.
Maybe I should check.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it, and then I found it. I didn't respond to it, but it was this long-ass email trying to get me to cover one of his cases.
Huh.
So this man who says I'm not a journalist reached out to me, the person who's not a journalist, to cover his case. And when I didn't do it, and he claims, and I never heard of this guy till today, he claims that we've been keeping him off of our shows. Like, I don't even know who the fuck you are, man. Like, I literally just found you in my inbox today, which, you'd have to imagine a journalist of my stature has so many emails, I can't get through them all. So I just didn't see you. But whatever, I'm not a journalist because I mock people. He's butthurt that I haven't invited him to come and talk to me about his case. He's got some case he wants to talk about, something about macaroni and cheese. And you can imagine after reading that, I passed right on by.
So he wrote me in April, actually. He wrote me in April about this case.
So he kind of referenced this case in the email that he sent to me, but it was more about this case about macaroni and cheese or whatever. I don't know. I wanting me to look into this case of corruption, judges and corruption. And, oh, really? Well, why are you reaching out to me? You hate me and you think I'm a terrible journalist.
I want to ask you this live. He asked, how much of your content is orchestrated by the Hales?
0.
He asked that.
And that's the other thing they kept saying was that there's a plan. There was a plan behind the scenes with 4 YouTubers. Me, you, Legal Vices, and Larry DUI Guy. Now, listen, guys. I love all these people. But I do not coordinate with them. I mean, Tug and I coordinate our Tuesday, Thursday stream, but we don't even do that. Tug's like, what are we talking about? Tuesday at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. What are we talking about? I'm like, I don't know. What are we talking about?
That's pretty much, that's the coordination. Hey, what's the topic today? Actually, it's usually, hey, are we still on for today? And then it's, okay, what's today about?
And then if I ask Tug what he wants to talk about, he goes, it's your stream.
But what's funny is, like, for mine, half the time, I'm like, I don't know yet. I'll figure it out before 3. I have no idea what I'm talking
coordination. About. That's the coordination. Level of coordination we're talking about. Larry, DUI Guy, he's so busy. He has a law firm. A law firm. Good luck getting Larry on the phone. Like, if I call Larry, he will answer, but I don't do it very often because I know how busy he is. Like, I'm not going to be bothering Larry, and we certainly don't coordinate our stories. Now, sometimes I'll send Tug a story, or I'll send Larry a story that I find interesting, only because I want to see more coverage on it. That's it. Nobody's pulling my strings. Jeremy Hales is not pulling my strings. I really like Jeremy and George. I think they've got a good story. They have good hearts. They do a lot of charity for people, and they've gotten into this. These poor people moved into this place with these crazy people who just will not stop. And that is the way I see it. That is my opinion. And I'm not going to see it from a different way. And certainly, oh my God, if this lawyer thinks he's going to get me to respond to him by making veiled threats, that he's going to sue me and sue you for these unnamed actionable things, oh, I got news for him. He can go jump off a short pier, take a long walk off a short pier. Is that what my dad used to say? Is that how it works? I'm not responding to him. He's now threatened me on a live stream. No. That's not how this works.
No, apparently. See, I'm such a nice person, though. I'm like, okay, I'll switch out that. No problem. I'll switch that out. Let me see. Gargamel.
By the way, they couldn't get me on any of it. I guess I've never used her picture, although I wish I had, because I would say no. Because there is nothing wrong with losing.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There is nothing wrong with losing her picture. You do not have to take it down. I know it's funny to change it to a bunch of stuff, but I wouldn't do it. I'd dig my heels in and say, F you. No, I'm not doing it.
I might change it every other day to get the ones in I want.
God, it's really frustrating. She doesn't have a right to have her image removed from the internet. First of all, I believe those images where they were taken from were from the public court hearing
Yeah.
or public footage taken on public roads by Jeremy Hales. So that means he owns the copyright. You don't get to tell anybody to take down a copyrighted picture, even if it's of you, if somebody else owns the copyright. I know copyright law. I know what I can put up on a thumbnail, and her face is one of them. Now, if I took her picture from her Facebook page, then they could ask me to take it down because she has the copyright. But he was citing that weird law that doesn't apply at all.
No, like I said, there's 4A. I went through it, and yeah, 4A, the provision on it. Actually, I still have it pulled up here. So let me get it.
Yeah, because this is about like marketing and merchandising someone's image. That's different.
And again, it says provision doesn't apply to publication, printing, display, use of name or likeness, any person, newspaper, magazine, book, news broadcast, telecast, other news media or publication is part of.
This is news media, whether you like it or not. And they don't like it. They say it's not news media, and it's not a legitimate public interest would mean, oh, you mean like the subject of a public lawsuit that got national attention?
You mean the subject of a man pulling a firearm on a child?
Yeah, you mean a guy who got arrested for pointing a firearm at a kid?
And saying, oh, well, I don't know who I sold that to. I don't know who I bought this new one from, but...
God, what a bunch of jerks. Honestly, what a bunch of jerks.
It all makes
And I think it's funny that that woman who claims to be a journalist but doesn't write anything, she's on there like, I want her and I to go toe to toe on this. I want to go... I wouldn't waste my time.
Damn it, I was going to moderate that. I was
is valuable.
No, I'd moderate a fight on your channel.
Oh my God,
you can monetize it, Megan. It'd be fun.
No, thank you.
Heck yeah. I'd be like, set a, if people want to see it tomorrow, we can set a, like, well, you got to make X amount of money and you'd have it on. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I know. I'm sure there are people who would like to see it. I don't have that kind of time in my life for the stupid. I really don't. I don't.
I could. Oh my God! I would get laughing so bad. She'd get so pissed off at me. I wouldn't.
Well, for one, she wouldn't be able to join the stream because she can't click a link.
I would argue for her. I would. Yep, I would. I would argue an emoji. I'd be like, angry emoji face. There you are. Like I said, I stand on this. I think the joke list is funny. I love reading through that stuff. I have to be in the mood for it, but man, I get on a kick, and I think it's hilarious stuff.
Well, the other thing they got mad about was, I guess I read something that she sent me, a letter. I don't even remember it, to tell you the truth. I know I've read so many postings by her where she named me. I'm not sure if she actually emailed me. I don't remember, but they were very upset that I read her email. Guys, by the way, if you ever send me email, it's a very good possibility. If it's funny, it will end up as content. And I always tell you guys this. I never lie about this. If you send me email, unless you explicitly ask me not to share it because you're giving me some information, like you're a source, because I never share that stuff. But if you send me, especially hate mail, I will always make that content. So if you don't want it to be content, don't send it. That's how you do that. But you don't send a reporter, a journalist an email and just hope that they're not going to ever make it public. Come on. Stop.
I always look at, somebody's asking me, or even if they hate something in good faith, then they're good to go. But if somebody's making threats, like, oh, I'm going to sue you, fuck that. It's going live, man.
Well, right. Like, what the heck? I mean, I don't know. She seems to be really upset at the fact that I mentioned a bunch of the sovereign citizens that do the sort of work that she does. And she's been really upset.
That's what it was.
Yeah. She's been really upset. She's like, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm like, I never said you were a sovereign citizen. I just said there were all these other people who are sovereigns who work and like do the same, say they do the same sort of thing. And then it turns out, remember that Miko Hayes video? That was so funny. The one where she couldn't get on.
Couldn't sign in, yeah.
Yeah. I rewatched that again because sometimes I watch it just because it makes me laugh when Miko says, you know, this would be really easy if you weren't such a problem. It just makes me laugh. Anyway, during that stream, the whole thing is about her doing this work on behalf of a woman who got taken in by these sovereign citizens that I was talking about. The exact same ones. The ones that I was naming that she got so upset about, saying she's not attached to them at all. David Strait and all these people who were attached to and highly involved in this one case that she was working on. So whether or not like she agrees with them or whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is that yes, she was attached to them through this woman. And that's all I said. So she's very upset though about the sovereign citizen thing, but I don't know what her views are. I have no idea. Maybe she's not a sovereign citizen. She just plays in sandboxes near them.
She just thinks that she can free travel everywhere with all the license. Come on. You know, totally not one. What do you mean?
I wonder if the lawyer is a sovereign lawyer. That would be funny. That would be so funny if he's like signing documents in his bloody fingerprint. Grounds.
Oh, no. No.
Do you know about that? They do
yes,
that. They do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that mental image. I'll never shake it.
Using capital letters for all their names.
Oh, I've got another one I'm working on real fast.
So
I thought. I've been thinking of all these freaking man, there's so many thumbnails. You're gonna have fun. I was like, man, this will never stop. If I could do this all night long. Oh my God. Okay, there's a new one.
Oh, good. The lawyer is in the chat. Oh, fantastic.
What's
Maybe
up?
he'll learn some. Maybe he'll learn something.
What's
Maybe he'll
up, buddy?
learn that he can't come after anybody for making fun of anybody else. Like this is America, sir. This is America. And we can mock whoever we want, including you. You seem like a shitty lawyer who doesn't know the First Amendment very well. If you think that I can't mock somebody, and that's not journalism. That's not journalism. I would love to hear someone tell Mark Twain that. God, can you imagine the response? He's so good.
How about this one? Yeah. I always loved Oscar the Grouch when I was a kid. There you go. Perfect replacement.
Oh my God, that's funny. Wait, you need the one though that has him. Remember his little worm pal? He's got that little worm. What's his name? The worm. I used to love that thing, the little orange worm.
Let me look that up.
What is the name of the worm? Somebody
I can't
in the
remember.
chat.
I'm looking it up.
Help me.
Oscar the Grouch's worm name.
What is it?
I'm looking it up.
What is
His name's Slimy.
Slimy.
Oscar the Grouch and Slimy.
Oh, you need Oscar and Slimy. It's perfect.
There you go. Oh no, that was his perfect actually. Oh my God, I'm trying to figure out.
Don't worry, lawyer. We're working on your new thumbnail, so you don't sue Tug for the ridiculous non-starter that you think you're going to sue him for. Good
Hey,
Lord.
now he could tell us who else did he mail that to. I'm curious how many other people got it.
Larry got one.
Did he?
He couldn't get one. He couldn't send one to me. Because apparently, I failed to use a picture of her in a thumbnail, which I plan to remedy. By the way, I'll definitely have to use one of her pictures in the next one.
Dude. Just threaten her for something else.
Just threaten me for something else because it's funny. Yeah, please explain to me, lawyer. Please explain how it's not protected speech to have a disfavorable opinion of a public story. Please explain that. Why don't you email me? You've got my email address. don't you email me and explain how the First Amendment doesn't allow for journalists or YouTube creators or anybody else to have a disfavorable opinion of a couple of people who wind up in the national news. You have fun with that. I dare you.
I think we'll get a Netflix deal or somebody. Somebody will end up covering this thing for sure.
They should.
Oh, we will. We'll get one. I'm telling you.
Should,
It's too crazy
crazy
of a story not to end up with a docudrama.
God, it's nuts.
Yeah, I'm pulling this one up. I got slimy in there. It's just taking me a minute.
I'd also like him to explain why his client just continues to lie about things, like going on the news and saying that John couldn't see, he didn't have a gun, and even if he did have a gun, oh my God. Look at this, what's slimy.
They're hanging out. I like it. It looks like Oscar's pulling George's hair. Look at that. God, Oscar, he's like combing it. He's like, ooh, like the hair. It's creepy.
Oh God, that's so funny.
I love it.
Yeah, I'd like to know though, how does his client get, and what is the heck is he, how is he, he's not her criminal lawyer. Is he the federal lawyer?
I thought he was a federal lawyer. I believe so.
He's not even licensed in Florida. He's like in Connecticut and Massachusetts.
I thought
So how is he, does he have somebody to pro hoc vice in Florida?
I have no idea. I haven't even really looked at the federal stuff that much.
And I wonder who's paying him. I mean, she's got money for a lawyer, but John's still sitting in jail. So,
well, it's fascinating. Like when we don't talk about it, it's like we get begged to cover it. You know?
oh,
like
totally.
You got Jokeless is all like, oh, they're not covered anymore. Oh, begging
And they
for
always ascribe us not talking about it to being something that Jeremy must have done. Oh, he did something that they don't like, and so they pulled away. No, the case is at a standstill. We're waiting on Judge Grudge to be, thrown off the case by the appellate court. We're waiting on the Ohio thing, which still isn't resolved. So there's nothing new to report. When there's something new to report, like this arrest, by the way, we jumped on it because obviously we're going to do that. But I also have like 3 different cases going at the same time. I'm covering Eckert v. Owens. I'm covering the Black Swan trial. I'm covering the Olympics scandal. I'm covering the election. I have a lot of shit going on right now. So if the Hale's drama kind of like, simmers down for a while, then I go focus on other things. I haven't turned my back on the Hales. No.
So Thursday, 7, I will have Dr. Turtle Boy on.
Yeah.
Yes, I confirmed that. So 7 Central. So start. Cool. Yeah, it's at an hour late, like what we did tonight. But that's the time that works for him.
Cool.
And I wanted to hear, there's so much that happened outside of that courtroom, and a lot. I mean, he ended up in jail, and I want him to tell me about all of that. I want him to break down everything, because when it got into the courtroom, like we saw, no matter what people thought about that trial, like the police and that and stuff, man, you talk about some real problems. So I thought that would be a fascinating discussion in the aftermath.
Lady Tammy.
Oh, I got a kid. 1 second. I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay. Lady Tammy, you just said potentially criminal is her lawyer in Ohio. Is that real? Is that true? Is that for real? Do you have evidence of this? Do we know if that is... Can somebody please confirm that for me? Because that's news. That would be some breaking news. That's very interesting. And weird.
Wait, what now?
Yeah, the chat is saying that potentially criminal is Lynette's lawyer in Ohio. And the chat is saying that there's a post on Facebook about this. Can you guys email that to me or Tug, please, if you have the proof of this? 'Cause that'd be a pretty big story in the law tube sphere.
That's fascinating.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that, Tug.
I want to make sure it's real first. I want to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we
before
need
anything.
to
I don't want to say anything
verify.
on it until.
We need to verify that.
I mean, you know, if things continue, the way that they had, I just everything that's gone on with John Cook, you know, again, pulling a pow and all. I mean, oh my God, I'm just like, how do you bail that out? Anybody, how would they bail that out? So, there's going to be some interesting watching, I think.
Well, I'll say this. If any of the law tube lawyers are involved in this case, that's like declaring war on another YouTuber, which I don't know how I feel about that. I think law tubers should probably I don't know. But that seems crazy to me.
They can have their whatever. People can have their opinions. I form my opinion on this. I've been very vocal about my opinion on this. And if somebody wants to think different, they're entitled to that. You know. But I think we've seen how things have played, and nothing has made me think, man, that Jeremy Hale. You know, I thought, my God, what a bucket of crazy, man. Especially, again, our newest chapter that brought us back to this to talk about it was the firearm. And it wasn't just it wasn't just a story about a firearm being pulled or a firearm being pulled on people, including a child. It was just all of this crazy and all of these lies that kept just piling on one after the other. So,
okay, Jeremy's confirmed it. That potentially criminal is Lynette Preston and John Cook's lawyer in Ohio.
Well, good luck with that.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you, I have thoughts about potentially criminal, especially recently, and none of them are really very good. So I'll just leave it at that.
I've not had negative interactions. I try to maintain. This is the way I look at YouTubers. I try to maintain positive, and if it's not positive, I just maintain a
distance.
Distance. So I mean, I don't slap fight with it. Now I may cover a case that comes up with a YouTuber or something like that. That's different. But as far as slap fights, I don't get into them. I've been on streams with probably every day.
I've been on streams with him. I
mean,
I haven't had any negative interactions with him myself. Just recently, he's been involved in a whole lot of drama farming that I find distasteful regarding mutual friends. And I don't know. I think a guy who decides to go public with drama farming against a former friend is suspect. And I'd be worried about it. But yeah, I haven't had any negative interactions with him. But now that he is, oh my God, now that he's repping Lynette and John, I guess we'll see if he's gonna is he gonna use his YouTube to defend them.
I think the courtroom will speak for itself, no matter how. That's how I formulate my opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the courtroom will speak for itself. Pro or con. I cannot in my mind envision a way to dig out of the hole that's there. Like I can't see it.
Well, everybody deserves a lawyer. Everybody deserves a defense. I'm glad they actually have an attorney, because that poor judge in Ohio having to wrangle Lynette on her own. Oh, she must be thrilled that there's an actual lawyer involved. So I guess we'll wait and see it. But
Well,
everybody
that's got
deserves
to be at
an
least a
attorney.
positive because
That is a positive.
that first hearing, when the evidence was presented, it was just presented in big mail packets, no page numbers, no nothing. So I remember watching that and thinking, my God, that's got to be a nightmare for a judge. So if nothing else, but again, I don't see how you dig out of that hole there.
No, I don't either. But I mean, sometimes it's true. Well, we kind of had hopes that David Gingras he said something one time about Laura Owens that I thought, oh, maybe he really is trying to help her. Because he said something like, some people really just need to get to a trial before they can put it behind them. So he felt it was his duty to get her to the trial. And he made it sound like, and then that would be the end. But of course, that's not what happened, and he's become a total psycho. But it's true that some people need to just be told by a judge how it's going to be, and they need to lose in court. And sometimes they need a lawyer to get them there. And obviously, if you're self-representing, a lot of those people who can't see the writing on the wall, they'll just keep going and going and going. And they really just need someone to tell them, look, this is how it's going to go. Now, if that's what he's trying to do for them, that's great. If he's trying to just, get them the best deal he can, that's his job. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see. I can't wait for those audio tapes to come out. We get to see how Sean is in court.
Yeah, like I said, the court will speak for itself. For me, I don't know. I used to get in slap fights all the time, and I thought, man, this is not a good way to maintain my energy. It doesn't. It sucks. It's all that drama and suckage. So I've been on other mutual, I've been on Flashcast with them again, and I'm not having negative interactions with people. I'm not having negative interactions with anybody. That's what I'm trying to maintain, like that. Again, if somebody threatens to sue me or something, well, I'm going to comment on something like that. But typically, like live streams or something, you can hate me all you want. You can have your own opinions on it. I don't give a fuck, honestly. It's not going to, at the end of the day, I turn this shit off, and you know what? I just don't give a fuck. Maybe that bothers people to hear. But if people don't like me, hey, that's their prerogative. It doesn't take anything away from me at the end of the day. I talk about what I think is true and what I think is right. And if they don't like that, well, tough. But I don't spend hours of my day obsessing about people that like or dislike me. Again, if they pop up on streams, cool. And that's not about potentially either. That's just about the way it took me a long time to get that mindset, but I like that mindset.
Yeah, I don't want to slap fight with anybody either. Although it appears that people want to slap fight with me. Yeah. That's the other thing. It's I don't even want to mention these people in the stream and stuff, because it's it just gives it more energy, more oxygen for the flame. And it's dude, look, nobody here is trying to, we're not trying to harm anybody. We're not trying to do any of that. But if you make an ass of yourself in public and we notice it, we're probably going to talk about it. So either stop making an ass of yourself. Don't make it into this big deal. When was the last time we even talked about that woman? Just call her. When was the last time we even talked about her and her emoji vomit on Facebook? Very long. It's been a while. But you can tell that she's just.
I think I included her in that 20th thing. That was on mine though, just for me.
Yeah, I mean, it shows there's an obsession there, whereas I forget about it almost instantly.
I love covering. Like I said, I love covering it. I think it's funny, and I don't think there's a thing like this idea of law tube either. I've learned over time there is no such thing as a law tube.
Right.
There are lawyers that YouTube, but there is no, there is no friendliness or, there is no coordinate. People talk about coordinate. There was no coordination in that. There was coordination for certain topics. People got on streams and, that fell apart real fast. So.
Yeah, it's weird. There's still a skeleton of it left, but I think it's pretty obvious that most people are willing to jump on the body, on the carcass of somebody who's fallen and pick it apart.
I mean, I cover Ricada. I definitely cover it. I cover.
You
stuff
cover
that goes on
it,
there.
but you're not like it's different. I don't know. I listen to your coverage, and it's basically like going over what's public. It's not the picking, but
Well,
whatever.
also,
People
I
have their
found
own thing.
I found it crazy that like DHS documents made it into a public sphere. The way that
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
that was nuts.
Yeah, and there were certain things in there that were discussed that like for example, I didn't realize that every case, that everything that DHS ever investigates can end up in a court document. It doesn't matter if it's a false call or whatever, but I mean it makes sense. But I didn't realize that, and there's apparently there's some more really crazy stuff that's going on than that, which anyway, I'm not going to get on that subject there.
Yeah, but it's been, some of it's real newsworthy. I've watched a couple of different streams of people covering that case that I would say are doing a pretty fair job.
Ricada is one of the biggest people out there. He had 110,000 people on a stream that I watched, with Rittenhouse. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
So
insane.
And when I watched the story of this pop off, there was a lot of non-truth, and again, I've speculated on items there because I speculate on why certain people have been charged when they're charged. Now, I don't particularly know the reason for that, but at the end of the day, like I've said, if it weren't for the items where it mentioned kids in that, then all of this would be something that, God, I'd be on a stream, I'd laugh at him for, I mean, it'd be something to be like, holy shit, like, what are you doing? You mess around with him. But the other part is tragic, and
yeah,
I hope he gets his shit together. I hope, I hope everything. Some of the streams that he's done lately, he sounds like he's more with it. But I haven't watched the last interviews or anything yet.
I saw the one with Chrissy.
Chrissy,
I think I saw that one today. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting you on a subject you don't want to talk about.
I got nothing to say about it. To tell you the truth, I really don't, because I've been watching. I've been paying attention to the stories I'm covering, and that's not one of them. Because it's just too close to home for me, and so it's not something I'm going to cover, But I appreciate people who are covering it in a fair way. I think there's definitely a way to cover it that's fair, and then there's other ways that I don't agree with. But to each his own. But I really, that slap fight mentality is just something I really don't like about YouTube sometimes, where people just get so excited about somebody who's having a rough time, somebody who's fallen down, somebody who's, going through it. But that's the internet, That's another, a part of me is like, well, Nick, you knew this would happen if it ever went wrong,
It's kind of like, okay, I've been covering Mr. Beast, we're talking about that. I don't take zeal and what's happening there. In fact, I find it very alarming.
Sad.
Very alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking, I didn't realize that they have a toy line that's in Walmart.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I looked up the...
And the candy bar. I bought my kid the candy bar, by the way. The number of children that they have access to, and then you've got this guy who everybody appears to know is a major creep. It's just gross. It's gross. It's so worrying and worrisome. I agree with you. Like, I don't feel any like glee about it. Like, oh, ha ha. That one it's gross and scary.
I didn't, until yesterday, I didn't realize like this. So I pulled this up right here. I didn't realize like there's this whole toy line. Somebody sent me, screenshots of the advertisements. And this shows you, again, that is a channel. Anybody who downloads the channel is geared toward kids.
Oh, it's definitely for kids. It's definitely for kids. They have the largest child audience on YouTube. Yeah. And by the way, that Mr. Beast Labs, Is that like a monthly box that they send? Because that would be like, what's his name? Mark Rober does that. Mark Rober and my son gets the Mark Rober one.
No, I think this is I think this is just like figures that you can, because you can see the set here. So they have like their, it's like a Mr. Beast toy.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
little
Mark
monster.
Rober has a better one, by the way. If you're looking for a cool gift for kids, Mark Rober has a Crunch Labs monthly engineering box that comes to the house. And then there's a special video. You go on YouTube and he walks them through how to put it together. And they are so cool. You make your own toys and stuff. And they're like launching pads. And I think he made a crossbow. And he made all sorts of cool stuff with that Crunch Labs thing. I like Mark Rober. I think he's got one of the best YouTube channels out there for kids who are into science and stuff.
In the last, okay, so with this, just to know, like I sell comics and stuff. My audience is not kids. I sell them to parents, because here, this is my last 28 days, as far as 13 to 17, I've got 0% audience. 18 to 24, it's 1.3% of my audience. So I do not have very much under 25. My audience is primarily, the largest is, really you get to 35 to 64. It's about even. 20%, all the way through. And then 65 or over is 17%. But yeah, when you're covering cases, it's not little kid stuff. And I'm glad little kids don't tune into what I talk about, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I hate it when I hear that even my own kids listen sometimes, at least the older two. Of course, they're older. McCrae McCrae, I love you. I do kind of want to respond to this. McCrae says, I hope y'all don't take this the wrong way, but what I see is jumping on a story with someone with lots of followers to help increase your audience and ignoring that everyone is asshole in this story. See, I disagree with that. I don't think everyone is asshole in the story, and maybe it's because I know Jeremy and George. I've gotten to know them over the months, and they are definitely not assholes in my opinion. And the idea that, there's only, both sides are wrong sort of thing, I don't get it. I don't understand that. And I definitely don't see them that way. And for me, it is not about jumping on anything for an audience. While it's been great to meet Jeremy's audience because they've been terrific. And they've stuck around for all my other coverage, which is great. And I appreciate them so much. I only cover stories that I'm interested in. I can't cover stories that I'm not interested in or that I don't find compelling in a way. If I found anything wrong with Jeremy or George, I wouldn't cover the story. But I honestly, that's how I feel about it. I like them very much. And I think what's happened to them is really scary and sad. And I especially hate the way that Levy County police have treated them and not taken their concerns seriously because they think that, they're just YouTubers. That to me is really dangerous.
I wonder how people would respond. Again, if somebody plastered where they live with signs that said that they, again, I'm going to use the word ARPist, and they're calling you, again, a PDF file. How would you respond?
Yeah. And to those of you in the chat who say that they made me famous, no, that's not true. I was on Tucker Carlson, but way before I met them. I was on Jesse Waters way before I met them. I'm not famous, by the way, and I definitely am, I guess I'm just notorious. I guess we're going with notorious now.
That's hilarious.
But I mean, they certainly, some of their audience has joined me. But I've been doing what I've been doing for many years before I met the Hales, and my YouTube channel was doing it was doing fine. And I appreciate all the Hales subs, but no, I don't think that that's part of it at all.
Well, I don't alternate stories very much. I have a history of covering stuff for a long time if I find it interesting. I covered one thing for 4 freaking years. I mean, come on. So if it's interesting, it's interesting. You know, I don't. Everything potentially has subscribers, but if you actually are trying to get subscribers, you don't do it that way. The way that you get subscribers is you ride the algorithm. You go with the brand new
the waves.
Yeah, you would have gone with Karen Reed, Meghan Markle, you know, stuff like that.
Look, I got a huge wave with Johnny Depp, right? And then after Johnny Depp was over, it kind of, you know, it went down again. And then the next thing I think was, I don't know, Gwyneth Paltrow got another wave. And then there was another trial, Kowalski. The Maya Kowalski trial was its own wave. You know, that went way up and I got a bunch more subscribers. And then the What the Hales thing came around and that was another wave. You know, these waves come, that's the way that YouTube works. It comes in waves and you follow the stories that have, you know, the audiences that want to hear it. My opinion, though, on these stories is always my opinion. It doesn't have anything to do with who's in the story. Like the Kowalski case, for instance, I knew nothing about when I started covering it. And I was accused after covering that of being in the tank for the Kowalskis and working with her attorneys, et cetera, et cetera. That's not true. That's just where I ended up. I ended up because that was my opinion on it. And yeah, I formed relationships with her attorneys after the trial and had them on the show and it was great. People accused us of being pro Johnny Depp too. But when I started watching Johnny Depp's trial, I knew nothing about what was between them, except for some of the recordings that were released in the media. I made my opinion as the trial went on. And I'm telling you right now, if I thought she was telling the truth, I wouldn't have cared how many of you thought she was lying. I would have told you. Like right now, that Black Swan trial, Ashley Benefield, the majority of people think she's guilty and I don't. And I'm telling everybody, I did my stream this morning. I don't think she did it. And I definitely don't think the state proved it beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt. So I'm just going to say it. But my God, I'm going to get a ton of hate for that but I'm always going to be truthful about how I feel about a story. It's never going to be influenced by anything, period.
Yeah, I've been fortunate in the fact that I can cover whatever I want to cover. I covered the Depp thing for 4 years, though. I get 4 years of my time figuring out what I thought about that. It's a long time.
Yeah.
But I felt good when I went into that trial, you know, looking at it. I knew there was about 20% of everything that made it in. And the other, I'm not saying that I had access to all 80%. I wish I did. But, you know, there was a lot out there. A lot. There was a lot that had come up in, you know, from 2016 on. And it was a lot of material. And we saw fragments of it. And I think if people would have seen the rest of it, anybody that was on the fence on it, and there weren't a lot of people on the fence on it back then. I think, you know, people pretty much unanimously agreed when they saw it. It was crazy. But anyway, I don't care. You know, ultimately, people have their own opinions too. If whoever was that, if they don't like a person, if they think everybody, that's their opinion. That's what we, you know.
I agree. If somebody rubs you the wrong way, like that's okay.
No,
the fact that they're my friends or whatever, you don't have to be friends or like them because I do, but I do like them. I'm just putting that out there.
But see, that person is here. Like if they disagree, they're still here. They're part of the channel. So props to you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do.
And I love
we
McCrae.
Disagree on
McCrae is great. McCrae's been a member of my channel for a long time, and I, you know, love McCrae.
McCrae. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I totally get, I mean, that if you're entitled to your opinion, I just wanted you to know, I really don't see it that way. If I did, I would tell you. I would be like, you know what? These two are a couple of assholes. You know, I would tell you.
They noted too, and thanks for the 10. They said, I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't hate Megan or anyone who likes the Hales. I just don't like Jeremy. He seems like kind of a jerk. Not to say anyone else is innocent. Yeah, I mean, again, that's totally fine.
That's a
Appreciate it,
personal
Brad.
opinion, and that's
No,
totally
that's based on
okay.
everything they've seen. You know, that's how
Yeah.
they take that, and I think that's totally legit. It's fair. You know, you can have your opinion. I can disagree with it. That's the beautiful thing. We need to get to the like you and
Dave.
Dave. My
Neal.
God, how did I forget Dave Nielsen?
I'm going to tell him, Tug
who's that guy?
forgot
Yeah.
your name.
Jeez, man. What's that dude? You know?
The dude
What's
in the
that
short
guy?
shorts and the cold
Yeah.
brew.
Yeah, what's that guy who he moved to Tennessee? You know, he stole that land. No, I'm just playing. He stole that land from what's her face again? You know, the tonsil lady. He's just holding it for her.
The horse grazing fields in Tennessee.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
All right,
Dave and I we disagree on stuff, but on political stuff, but we still we still love
But
each other.
you had a good stream where you all tried to talk about it, and you still remain friends at the end of the day. I mean, shit, we disagree on some stuff there. We don't argue about it. We disagree often. Who cares, you know? At the end of the day, that used to be how people operated. If you had clones of each other, it wouldn't be very much fun. Let's see.
No, it wouldn't be fun at all. Go ahead.
Let's super chat in. Let me see. I got to get back to where I was. You know. All right. Andrew Jim, thanks for the month there. She hasn't included Crook in any of her filings. Talking about the Lynette and there. Emma, also, I did use Ren and Stimpy in there. So, thank you. Janice, thanks for the chat there. Jeremy said that Channel 20 will be running the update. No set time just yet. He gave them the police report to prove the Lynette line. See, that'll be interesting to see a follow-up on that. You know, again, I think over time, too, you've had this story. It kind of wins out on, like, who are these folks? You know, who exactly are they? But again, you know, court cases, too, they're not always, you can have opinions. Court case will play out how it plays out, too. Sometimes I don't agree on how a court case plays out. You know, so sometimes it's best lawyer wins. But I think that Jeremy has so much proof on his side. Like, how do you lose that? You know, that Ohio stuff again. You know, if you're talking about, well, this guy's in jail. You know, that's part of this. So he pulled a pow-pow on somebody. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard again. Tease T, thanks for the 100 there. Thank you for Baby Umbrella Girl's birthday fun day. Get her whatever she wants, Doug. Definitely. So for her birthday, at 5, I bought my oldest daughter a ring. You know, it's just a present it's not like a toy or anything. It's just a present. You know, it's like a little gold ring with I think I gave her a birthstone. Well, for my youngest daughter, I got her, she likes tiger eye. You know, she likes the word. She thinks, oh, that's cool. And then, you know, she likes the stone too. So I got her a little bitty ring with a tiger eye in it.
That's
cute.
something.
Yeah, the jeweler, I was like, hey, let's see stuff. And you know, it was like $50. So, I mean, we're not talking like an insane thing if something happens to it. But, you know, it's just something for her to have from Dad that she can always remember. So
That's sweet.
Yeah, I like doing stuff like that. Tracy, thanks for the 10 months. So glad you cover the important stuff mainstream media doesn't. Megan, what the hell in chat? Indeed. You got Megan on here and prompts, like I said, to Jeremy and George. Appreciate you. Megan, thanks for the 10 there. Tug,
check your text.
Hey, read that to me. Could you please read that in your voice?
Tug, check your text. Also, Lawyer says what?
There you go. Tie Sticks, thanks for the 5. The character from the Scream painting. Now, I tried that.
That would be funny.
Yeah, the only problem is, like, I couldn't get them to separate well from the painting itself. You know how it's there? Yeah, so every time I did that, it blurred out. I was trying that earlier. So, Tim Fox, thanks for the month there. Megan's in the chat. She wants an ink.
I want some ink.
You want some
Send me
ink?
some of that
right,
ink.
Man, I wish I need to AI you some tattoos. That'd be cool. God. You know?
No
You
tattoos
could do like
for me.
oh man, a cockroach with like cool tats on it. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like this?
I love it.
No,
By the way, Ted,
We
thank you.
need to AI some cockroaches with tattoos.
Yeah, hey, see if you can grab one real quick while we're talking.
All right.
Foxy Escapes. Thanks for the 5 there. The old lady off Courage the Cowardly Dog. Let me look that one up. The old lady, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Lady. I'm looking her up real quick. She looks nice though. She looks way too nice. There's the older. Oh, there's the one that looks like she's oh, there's the really old lady. There's so many differences there. I found what I like there.
I'm laughing in expectation of my cockroach.
Oh no, I'm actually.
Oh good God.
Oh no, did you find one now? Did you find something good there? Oh Lord.
Hold on. Oh my God. This is so good.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. Why don't we do this more often? I forgot.
That's what I'm saying, man. I loved it. Like when I was like, oh man, I was feeling really motivated to play with thumbnails, you know. And again, I thought Skeletor would be fun to add. You know, just all these things. It was funny, actually. Like I was for real. Like a lot of that was not commentary on it. I just thought they were funny. You know, people mentioned some.
All right, look at my screen.
Okay, here we go. Oh man! Oh no! He's rolling him a cigarillo.
Look at the breadsticks and the money. God, AI is so good.
I know. We may end up serving Terminators in the future, but my God, it'll be worth it for the memes.
It'll be worth it for the memes. Look at the tattoos. Oh my God, I love it so much.
Oh, that is... Here, let me blow that up a little bit. Full screen. Like the little leg tattoos. Oh,
look
that's
at the
really cool.
Look, let's go in. Let's zoom in on the tat. Look at, there's like a tribal tat.
Oh, I love it.
And something on the side that might say dude. I'm not...
Oh my God.
And what is this money? It's like this weird money from nowhere. It's like just weird money. Look at, there's coins that look like dollar bills.
I like that actually, man.
Yeah, we need how come our dollar coins don't have green dollar bill symbols on the top? That would be awesome. That
would actually be it'd be cool in a way, but at the same time I could see me losing a lot of money walking around, you know. My daughter was funny. So she got in. I had a piggy bank that had some change in it. You know, she, like I said, she's 4, so she was shaking it. I was like, "You can take the money out. You know, you can have it." She was shaking it. She was excited, and I was recording her. And she's like, "I'm rich, baby."
Here's another one. Look at these tattoos on the thighs. Man. Look at this.
Oh, I like that on his thighs. What does that say? It's like a word almost. It looks like he's got a praying mantis almost, like an abstract praying mantis on his leg.
I don't know, but it's funny as heck. And look at his face. Look at his face.
Oh, he's too cute.
I like the Benjamins, too.
I never thought I'd be like, man, that cockroach is funny. Never in my life thought, man, let's make more cockroach memes. Whoever thought being compared to a cockroach would be funny? That's what, hey, that's, you know, if these folks want to, like, they should come up with something cool to compare us to. Mean Girls, I already got Mean Girls, you know? I've already got an avatar.
Yeah, you have
Mean
your
Girls.
Mean Girl avatar.
Yeah, I mean, see, I've got that already. You know, like, totally.
Oh, my God. Becky.
What you talking about, Becky?
Look at her butt. Okay, here's another
Look
cockroach.
At that roach's butt.
Does that say backlash? What is it? Croc?
It says. It says.
I don't know what.
It almost looks like it says in rooster.
I don't know what. Yeah, it almost looks like it says the other thing.
But it's AI generated, so it just generates random, you know, scribble. And
random
sometimes
scribble.
Yeah, it's hilarious though.
Oh, these are all so funny.
God, he's smoking a blunt, man. I mean, he's firing it up. My Lord.
Oh, it's so good.
I got that. So here's the old lady from the...
I like the
the
babushka.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's good. Did you have more? Did you have more?
No.
Okay. I was
No,
making sure
that was
because
that was the
roach
end of
was
the.
off. Okay.
Well, there are cartoon ones. Do you want to see the cartoon ones?
Yeah.
So
That's well. Yeah,
All right, let's see. Let's go to this one. Here's one in the.
His little hands look like they've been tattooed off almost.
Look at all the arms. It is funny to tattoo a cockroach because they have lots of arms. There's lots of space.
Yeah, arms and legs. Like, oh man.
I'm telling you, the I don't know which one I like better. I don't know if I
Is
like
that Parmesan in a bowl over there?
Yes, I think so. Parmesan for the breadsticks.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What's bad is I have like 5 million emails to myself with all these thumbnails. I'm trying to sort them all.
This one's funny. This one looks like a happy cockroach, a happy tattooed cockroach. Look how happy. Look how happy she is. She's got a full sleeve over here with some gang tats.
Too. Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's pregnant. I think this is a pregnant one.
I think she's been eating money. That's why that money's laying out there in front of her.
She's pregnant with twins, probably. Legal Vices says check my DMs. No, the other one, Jeff. The other one. Am I cutting out? I don't know. Is it my
Not
microphone?
No.
Was I doing that before?
You, when you did the voice, it cut out for a second. But besides that, I didn't have any problem. And only did it for a moment. So.
All right. Well, it could be the Stream Deck. I don't know. But I think it is funny that the voice really bothers them. They think that that's not allowed in America to use silly voices. I don't know where they come up with that. I don't know where you come up with the idea that it's unethical to use a silly voice to read a letter. Oh, and you know what was really funny? One of them said, I think it was the lawyer, and she used this silly voice, and she had never heard your voice. Did you think I was trying to do an accurate representation of this person's voice? And if I were,
do you really think that I would have chosen this? This is the voice for a real person?
I actually like the singing voice. That used as singing voice. I think it's hilarious.
I know, when you sing with that voice, it's so funny. Oh, God. That's good.
I just noticed somebody uploaded the entire Deadpool Wolverine movie over on Twitter. I'm watching to see if they get struck down.
She's coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming when she comes. I think that's the song. Is that how it goes?
She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be... I don't even want to say what she's doing on the mountain.
She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes.
This song has a lot of problems with it, doesn't it?
Phrasing?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, she's doing what now?
She's doing what now?
She's
Why
doing
does
what
that
with horses?
song sound so dirty?
Yeah. I was like, that's illegal. It sounds like something someone would defend on Twitter. They'd be like, it's totally appropriate to have horse love. You're like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Gag emoji, gag emoji, gag emoji. Bloopity bloopity blop blop bleep. Gloopity gloppity.
So I like following some of the people that make fun of, the weirdo, like the zoos and stuff online. I love watching them make fun of it.
Gotta say goodnight to the little one. Good night, honey.
Good night.
Love you.
Love you.
See you in the morning. Say goodnight, chat.
Good night, chat.
All right, see ya. You're what?
I'm in mourning.
Why? Oh, he dropped his iPad.
I witnessed
and it shattered.
Oh no.
I witnessed a shatter.
Yeah. Your eyes look a little puffy. You've been crying.
I've been crying for like an hour from that.
I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm even sad about. That's because of my actions that are not happy about.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you in the morning. Love ya. He's upset that he wasn't being careful when he was coming down off his bunk bed and he was carrying it and he dropped it and it shattered. Boy, I wish they would. I wish that they would make these things better, like not shatter, like shatterproof.
I think that's why they make them that way, because
they want you to keep on
just like phones. Them. My God, man! I tapped my phone one day on a metal rail. I slipped and I just tapped it on the sign and it just busted it in half.
Yeah, they're so. I mean, it's so awful. It's so. And like he really
so scammy. Considering these things, the cost of them is outlandish. So
the cost of them is just it's hard. It's hard to replace. It's not like an iPad is a $600 to $1,000 item, and we got that one refurbished last year for him. And so because trying not to spend a bazillion dollars on the one he had been using was my husband's, and he cracked that one too on accident with a domino. So it's like,
it's sad that a domino can take him out.
Well, right?
You ever want to see $1,000 domino smash?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they do that on purpose, and I hate that.
Did you see the Hugh Edwards stuff today? So BBC News presenter Hugh Edwards, he was charged. He actually was charged.
Oh, I did see that. Gross. Yes.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Creating? Did he actually? I don't
making
even
indecent images of kids.
Making indecent images. Does that mean that he was the one behind the camera?
Maybe.
Because that's what it sounds like.
Let me look that up.
That's what it sounds like to me. But then again, it's England, right? So it might be. I might not understand their parlance.
Yeah, that's it. So, yes, that would be indecent images. So that's images of children that are, we're going to call them indecent, of anyone that is under the age of consent. Okay, kid, hey, hold this for a second. I hear her coming. I'm going to stop her. Up here she comes.
Look at my cookie shirt.
Oh, hey, you want to say hi for a second?
Hi.
Whose birthday's coming up?
My birthday?
Yeah, your birthday's coming up. When is it? This week, right? You gonna be 70?
5.
75?
5.
Oh, just 5? Yeah, man, you gonna be old, aren't you? You found a bunch of money in that thing too today, didn't you? Oh, here, don't sit down for the live stream. We'll have a live stream on your birthday if you want to have one, right? You want to do that? You want to do that on your birthday? Go upstairs. I'm gonna finish up. Okay.
I'll be right back.
I'm hungry for some pizza bites right now.
Okay. Well, we'll make them in a minute. I got some
No,
days.
can you make Sissy do some?
Yeah, we'll go tell her that, and ask her if she will. Okay. Just go tell her to make some for you, real quick. Pizza bites, of course. Let's see. So, Keynes, thanks for the 10. Yes, Patch Adams. How dare you share an excessive happiness? Indeed. TST, thank you for the 5 gifted membership. Thank you, by the way, TST. I appreciate you. Yeah. Max Lab, thanks for 2. Megan the lawyer has bar complaints against him. Fascinating. At the same time, I just, again, to play devil's advocate on that, though, I've known some lawyers with like 60. And some of them deserve complaints, and some of them get them. So I'd have to look through them and see what they are, Scott Roberts, thanks for 5. Debating an idiot It's like arguing with a drunk. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Jeremy just confirmed it is. Okay, yeah. So that was the question on that. Yeah, and there's Janice too, said, thanks for the 10. Sean Martin is the Ohio attorney. Thank you, folks, for confirming that, by the way. Angela Quinn, thank you, welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Thugs. Appreciate that. McCrae, I read this too. And again, appreciate you, McCrae. Very much so. Legal, thanks for the squigglies while you're talking to Megan. Check your DMs. Dean. McCrae, thanks for the 2. I will say I do love Tug's new avatar. Yeah, did you like that? Did you like the assassination one? Check this out. I will have to say, I do love this avatar.
I love that one too.
Yeah, I'm like, I survived, baby. Can't take me down. Love it. Let's see, there's 2 more. Janice, thanks for 10. Megan, please sing Shart's Bluebird song. Oh.
Bluebirds on the mountain, always in my heart.
You know, hey, that's not I don't think you're fading out during that. I think when it spikes, you have something that's trying to level your sound out.
I thought I fixed that a while ago. Maybe it reset itself.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Because I thought you faded out there, but I noticed when
the
you went to
auto is
spike,
supposed to be turned off because it was doing that.
It's
and
auto
like,
leveling. Mm-hmm.
I guess it came back.
It could be
on
in Stream. It could be in
why.
StreamYard doing that. You know?
I think it's the stupid microphone, and it like keeps on resetting it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
And McCrae said, to be clear, you know, thanks 5. I meant the Trump avatar. Got behind. No, I do what you've been in there. I had the Obama one too, but it doesn't show all of it. You know, let me see. It'll show part of it. Give me a second here. Stupid thing. It's like, oh, let me upload the slowest in creation. Like, okay, I'm just gonna reload it. There we go. Come on, almost there. Yeah, that one. You know, Deadpool made it.
I
Deadpool
love that
made
one.
A few of those. I love them too. All right, I'm gonna end here. I've got a child raider, so she's.
Yeah, I've got to go. Also take care of mine.
Okay, well I'll make them. I'm ending now. All right, well I appreciate folks. I'm just gonna. We'll be on Megan's channel tomorrow. We'll
yeah, tomorrow night.
It'll be crazy. All right, but anyway, appreciate you folks. Ended here.
See ya.